I'm trying to film a serious video. No one's gonna be able to hear me. Shush it for a little bit. Goodness. All right. I have resorted to taking a walk in the woods because everyone is so loud everywhere I go. So if you like this kind of thing, let me know. Maybe we can continue to do it. Maybe Gomez will gobble for us. It's my turkey back there if you're new here. Just started gobbling. But yes, I wanted to jump on in here today and do a talking head video while I get through the woods here. So maybe I'll just sit on this stump. Who knows? My goal today was to really just sit down and go over some items that I would pick up in the coming months for any emergency. And I say this video, I'm starting this video because I don't want to ensue some sort of panic. Let me sit on this dead tree we cut down. Nice. We may have accidentally made a little tripod here, but hi, hello. My name is Tori. If you're new here, I didn't even tell you that in the video, but I wanted to talk to you about some things that have been happening on the channel and in the world and kind of how they relate to things. I never thought that current events or politics would make me draw my line in the sand, but I have stayed so quiet for so long, and I've regretted that in a sense. Ever since 2020, I have really not stated my views on anything because I don't want to push into this divide that seems to be happening. But I feel like this is one thing where I just need to give in and state what I want to state, because I'm able to sleep at night knowing the things that I know and going throughout my life understanding that I'm a decent human being. So if what I'm about to say offends you in any way, feel free to leave. Honestly, maybe this is a way to weed out some of the negativity that keeps coming to the channel, and some of you don't even see it, which is nice. But I am a small channel, I'm a one-woman show, so it forces me to be the moderator of the channel as well. And recently, in the last, I'd say 3 weeks or so, coincidentally, I've been getting some extremely negative comments, and I have quit social media altogether except for YouTube. So it comes through my email and it comes through YouTube, which is really unfortunate. So this is my plea. If you are a loyal follower, try not to engage with any negativity. I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you choose that route, go ahead, but I'm typically monitoring in the background. So if you see a comment feed being deleted, that's what's going on. But I know all of that is vague, but what I came on here to talk about today was preparing for the future. And if you keep up with any sort of current event, there's a lot of heated affairs happening right now. I will say this, the Charlie Kirk was absolutely horrific and sad and just all around upsetting. And I won't stand for anybody applauding the death of another individual. I won't stand for anybody laughing about it or saying such disgusting and despicable things. I just won't. And I wasn't sure if I was going to say anything, but I feel like I need to be pretty honest here and pretty transparent. This is cut and dry for me. I would never wish that on somebody, and it's absolutely awful that I see people's true colors, saying that he deserved something like that, his family did. That's just not something I'm going to stand for. So if you feel that way, head on out, because that's just disgusting. But yeah, that's really where I wanted to say with that. And while I'm in the business of creating this divide, air quote, I have been asked about the recent Tylenol issue with RFK. If you didn't know, I spoke on this probably 2 years ago when everyone associated me with a political party, unfortunately. And if you know me truly, if you know my heart, which a handful of people do, not a lot of you do, but a handful of people do, you know that I am an advocate for my children and our health. I don't think RFK is perfect, but I truly think he has our best interests at heart. And if you don't want to put your trust in him, that's fine, but I'm going to. And I haven't really spoken about him in a long time because people get so angry at me, but I'm entitled to my opinion, especially when it comes to my own channel. So of course course, you are entitled to it too. There's a way to talk about this positively. So if you have something to say about that, you can comment down below, but I will not be here for a back and forth, at least for this video. So RFK talked about Tylenol recently, and a lot of what was said was misunderstood. Some people took it out of context because they took a 5 or 10 second clip and ran with it, which is what I've been talking about for the last couple of years, this attention span that all of us seem to be developing. And a lot of people say it's this accidental thing. I think it's intentional. All of these short form video contents have been a detriment for us, honestly. And part of me quitting social media was just that. I didn't want to contribute to that anymore. I have read so many studies linking this short form content to dementia and brain issues and just all over the board, terrible health issues. So I chose to leave that. But because of all of that consumption, all of that media consumption, I feel like people can draw their opinion on something and it's just not the whole picture, if that makes sense. This video may be all over the place, but I'm trying to be as coherent as possible. I'm pretty heated, if you can't tell. Anyways, RFK was talking about Tylenol, and at the end of the day, if you're here for Tylenol or if you're not, too much of a good thing is bad. So there's that. But Tylenol has been linked to so many issues with the liver, and I mean, at the end of the day, we should all be able to agree on that shouldn't be the end all be all. Being in Pennsylvania, in this rural community here, I have had the opportunity to be with a lot of like-minded people. And then the Amish, the Amish aren't grabbing Tylenol whenever they feel a bit uncomfortable. And this is no judgment on anybody, but I really do feel like we need to toughen up. Tylenol themselves said, don't take us if you are pregnant or nursing. I mean, there's just so much evidence that is in the favor of not taking it so often. And so many people are online right now, pregnant women, nursing women, popping Tylenol to prove a political point. That is so wrong. We have lost it so much, and it's taken me so long to get on here and chat about it, but I truly feel that some of us have lost it, and we need to put the phone down and touch some grass. Whenever there is a negative comment, which has been like gearing up these last 3 weeks, I don't know what it is, I have a hunch, but whenever there is this negative comment, I see that all the time, this brain rot comment, and that is my response. You need to go outside, you need to get a grasp on reality, or touch some grass, or start questioning, because honestly, this sweatshirt says it all. Our government is not here to help us, and I feel like Charlie Kirk said it the best. Maybe that's why I'm referencing him. We are here to protect ourselves against a tyrannical government. That's why we have our Second Amendment. And if the only information we are getting is funded by the government, don't you see that that could be an issue? All of this to say, I'm having a hard time with the world right now and social media. I'm hoping that this video had some clarity, and maybe it answered some questions that some of you may had for me about where I stand on things. And I felt pushed into this video. I've asked to speak on it, but it took me a really long time to even fathom what was going on. And then with the negativity, I think that just compiled, and here I am. So here I am speaking my heart. I hope some of you can still stick around, but I'm going to continue to make videos about being more self-sufficient, whether that be in a budget-friendly way, whether that be protecting yourselves, whether that be relying on nature instead of the pharmaceutical companies to take care of us. I believe modern medicine has a time and a place, but also it's a huge crutch for a lot of us, and I feel like we really need to back off it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what political side I'm on, because I don't have a side to be on. I am here for the people. I'm here for my family. I just want to be left alone by the powers that be. And at the end of the day, I think all of us can agree on that. And I feel like it's something that we need to connect to a little bit more. I'm not telling you to put your phone down entirely, but consuming so much short form content is a major detriment to our society, and it's contributing to this massive brain rot that a lot of susceptible people have. I am not perfect. I definitely consume, but I try and be careful about the sources that I'm getting it from. So if you don't find that source to be valuable, if you don't find that source to be truthful and genuine, maybe shuffle on out of there and do it quick, because there are so many lies being peddled for the sake of dividing this country in half, this world in half, and I'm so sick of seeing it. So yes, another talking head video. I had plans to get on here and tell you what you should be stocking up on, but I've been saying it for so long. So let's go over the top 5 before I have to pick up my son. I need you to stock up on water, a way to filter it, a way to carry it, and go about your day. Figure out when you use water, whether that be drinking it or actually using it in your household, and then write it down and go from there. Find out how much water you truly need. Number 2, stock up on easy food. Canned meals are a great option. They are heavy if you need to grab and go. A lot of people get scared when I say that. I'm sorry. We need to have a thicker skin when I say that. If you ever need to leave your household or run, you need to have a grab and go bag, and you need to have a plan. So maybe having canned food in the grab and go bag isn't the best for you. I would consider getting an MRE, but again, you would need to use water to heat that up. So power bars are good, beef jerky, things like that. Shelf stable snacks that pack calories and they pack a protein, because you need both. If you are plant-based, figure out a way to sustain yourself. It may not be great to be plant-based in an emergency setting, but I have to speak on that because I used to be plant-based and a lot of you still are. So need to talk about that. Number 3, get your mental health in check, get your physical health in check. I'm going to combine that into one category. If you can't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of your family, and you probably won't survive. I don't like to talk about this doomsday scenario, but sometimes we need to be cut and dry. Number 4, get your documents and affairs in order. Make sure that's kept in a safe place. Make sure you have a way to communicate with others. So throw in some sort of translating book in there with several common languages, just in case you have to chat with someone and you can't communicate with them. Communication and community is key when it comes to these emergency situations, and a lot of us could brush up on some of those items. And number 5 on the list, but could be number 1 up there with water, find a way to defend yourself. Find a way to be comfortable when you're defending yourself, and never stop practicing. Always be on the lookout. You know how I feel about situational awareness. It is astounding to me how many people are just completely oblivious to their surroundings, myself included. Sometimes I am blissfully unaware. I am a mom of 4, and I try and not let that cloud my mind when I'm going out into public places. Alrighty, we are in the school pickup line now, so sorry to go back and forth, but I had a few thoughts on the way here. 1, I know I'm going to get certain opinions or certain comments like unsubscribe or unfollow. You are able to do that, and just know that if you ever need to leave, you're welcome back, because honestly, at the end of the day, we need more love in our hearts. So even though we have differing opinions, I have lost so many friends, I have lost family, and it's astounding to me that you can't sit and chat, and it's incredible to me. And it's happened over the last 5 years or so, unfortunately. So there's that. Number 2, I'm going to get probably some comments about Charlie Kirk, and they're going to immediately say, so you agree with everything that he said. I truly don't think you need my opinion on what I agree with and what I don't. It's irrelevant, because at the end of the day, a father and a husband was in front of his children and thousands of people. So that's really the issue at heart. But if you want my honest opinion, I agreed with most of what he said. So I took the time to listen to his speeches, though, and I don't feel like those of you that may ask that have. So I implore you to try and do that before you form an opinion about an individual. I think he was a very incredibly strong man, and I I'm heartbroken. It was a really great, I guess, youth leader to see someone have the courage and bravery to speak about these issues in such a calm way and positive way, because at the end of the day, he was a good person, and no one deserves that, bad or good. And then also thinking back to it, I did say I put a lot of trust in RFK. I'm taking that back. I value that somebody out there is starting to talk about these adverse effects that we see. I have been through it. I have seen what modern medicine can do to a child, and I have spoke about that several times, and I've lost friends over that. People calling me crazy that all of these interventions that had nothing to do with my children's health. Fortunately, I, did dive deeper, and sometimes I regret going down these rabbit holes, but once you start to see everything, you can't unsee it, and I want to know more. It leaves you with this, I guess, empty feeling, but at least there's some clarity. And at first I used to get lost in it all, but now I can freely live my life knowing what I know and doing what I can to better myself, better my family, and better our communities. So that is truly what I'm trying to do, but I have said it before, we are not perfect. I try every day to be the best mother I can be and to be the best protector, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's them against us. And I refer to the government a lot, but I truly think they're being controlled by somebody else. A lot of people are at that surface level, like, she's a crazy conspiracy theorist, but no one's really taken the time to dive down a few of these theories that all turned out to be true. At the end of the day, we have so much in common, and I'm going to speak about that towards the end, but if we could just try and love one another and just bring more positivity to the world, to our children, because really that's the most important thing that we need to be focusing on right now. Be aware, make sure you are informed with the right news sources, and just get started on this preparedness journey. Again, I don't say this to scare you, I say this to prepare you. So as always, stay adventurous, stay creative, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all.